How you guys doing? This is Davonte Sheard, and this is video 4 of the World's Best Forex series. We're gonna hop straight into it. I told you before in the previous video I was gonna go over support and resistance, as well as a couple of other things. So in this video right here, we're gonna actually show you a method that a lot of traders use. So I'm gonna go ahead and straight open my MT4. Okay, right now this is the pair Euro USD. That's what we went over in the last video. Now we're going to show you, now that you know how to successfully place a trade, you need to know a good reason of why you're going to place a trade. Now, right here is your horizontal tool. As I show you how to get your horizontal tool out, support and resistance is simply where market goes and reverses, is more likely to go and reverse at that area again. So as you can see right here, see market comes up here and starts to go down. It goes over again over here and starts to go down as well. So as if you're seeing this one, this becomes resistance. It's the top level that they can't break. It starts hitting resistance. There's an invisible wall right there. Say, hey, you're not going up no more. It's time to reverse. So as you're coming up again the next time, you say, hey, if it hits one of these spots, I'm looking to get in on a sell because I know it's struggling to pass this area. So it's going to do the same thing as it does the last time, because history repeats itself. That's the general rule of life. So I'm going to actually edit my horizontal tool to make it a little thicker. So I'm going to make it probably that thick. All right. So many people teach about support and resistance. I'm going to teach you about true support and resistance, how actually I learned to do it. And this way is more highly effective than any other way I've ever learned. So the general idea of resistance, to find a level of accurate support and resistance, you need to find three things. You need to look back in the data and see these three rules. Was it resistance before? Did it become support? And how many times was it broken? And what type of candle was needed to break it? So as you can see, I'm gonna draw a line right here, and I'm gonna go back and test whether this holds out and turns to support, and is a strong candle needed to break this area. So as we look back, let me take off this so I can browse back. As we look back, we can see that this holds as support as well. So we're going to keep going back in previous data, and we see it's kind of support, kind of resistance, strong candles needed to break this area. There's no little candles breaking this area. Another strong candle needed to break, support, hold, resistance, support, strong candle needed to break, support. So this is an accurate support or resistance line. This can be used in the future because it's very strong and it needs a big candle to break it. Now, as I get back to the beginning where I was right here, this is actually one line is not enough to draw of support or resistance. The reason being is because everybody basically has their own price fees with different brokers, and it would be hard to say if price reaches this area, this price right here, we're going to need you to buy or sell, because many people's orders are not going to get hit because they're not, that broker's price is not at the exact same price yours is. So that's why we use zones. Support and resistance zones is the correct term. So I'm going to bring another one in. You actually get the tails of the support and resistance. So right here, this is considered a resistance zone. And as you can see, strong candles are needed to break this resistance zone. it's more accurate than just the previous one. I'm going to show you how now. Wait, let me go back. I accidentally erased it. Draw it right here. Make sure you get the top of the wick. The top of the wick. So I'm going to go back into previous data. See that trapped in there. That came down, bounced off. I'm going to keep showing you some more. That came in there, bounced, came in there, came out a little bit, came out a little bit, went up there. Just continue to look. Just continue to go to previous data. As you can see, it rose to the top one this time. Went to the top one this time, came past it, didn't close. A little bit past the top on that one. So yeah, this is a support. This is a resistance zone. And if you were if it breaches resistance, the resistance becomes support, and vice versa. So now that you know how to draw an accurate zone, support and resistance zone, you can actually get your tool out, and I'm going to show you how to get your tool out once I go back to the beginning. All right, this is how you get your tool out. You get your rectangular tool. So we're going to go to Insert, Shapes, Rectangle. You're going to basically highlight in between those areas. So as you can see right there, I'm highlighting. As you can see, I'm going to edit the properties. Probably change it to a yellowish color. And as you can see, now you can start to draw your zones on the chart. So this actually has 2 lines. I'm going to show you at the bottom one actually works as well, but trying to get that. Yeah, you can drag this out basically into the future. So you can say, hey, when it gets in this zone, we're going to see how it reacts. If it reverses here, we know that resistance has been held. Now the top is considered resistance. The bottom is considered support. So as you can see, the bottom zone right here is respected as well. I had to turn off Facebook notifications. I'm going to drag me down a little bit as I did in the previous video. Just a little bit. All right. So now you do the same for the bottom. In order for the bottom to be considered actually a valid support, you're going to test the 3 things that I told you to test in the support. Did it held as support and resistance, first 2, and was a strong candle needed to breach it? So we're going to show you again. I'm going to see if this is a valid support. See if it was tested multiple times. And as you see, hold a support there. Let's see if it holds as resistance. Let's see if it holds as resistance. It has to do both before it's considered a strong level. So you just need to scroll back in your chart and test. So this line again, and you can see it's holding as resistance, support again, another resistance. Held as support, resistance, another resistance, resistance. So now this is considered valid. And now you actually go into the the beginning of data, the current data, get you another line out. And now you accumulate for the tails. You need to get the furthest tail. So this big zone right here is a support zone. So now we're going to test, see how accurate this support zone is. Go back into previous data. Oh no, I gotta unselect this, my bad. Go back into previous data. As you see, strong candle needed to breach. That bottom line holds as resistance. Another strong candle needed to breach. Support. Another strong candle needed to breach. Resistance. Strong candle needed to breach. Resistance. Also support. Resistance. So now you know the accurate support and resistance and not just one line. You actually need two lines to contain a valid support or resistance area. Key zones, these are called zones, support and resistance zones. Don't look for support and resistance lines. You need a support and resistance zone because this works on all brokers. You can say if price reverses in between these two prices, then support has been held or resistance has been held, as you can see right here. So now you know your trading range. Uh, if it breaks out of this trading range, it's going to need a strong candle in either direction. So as you see, this needs a strong candle upward. Now we've broken out of the range. Now it's most likely if it comes down, this is going to become support. Once it breaks resistance, it comes back and tests it and uses it as support. Same dealing with support. Once it breaches through support, goes to the bottom, it'll come back. Come on, it'll come back and test this as resistance. So these are most traders use support and resistance. It's a very beautiful thing. This is what I was using when I first started trading, and it worked out amazingly for me. But since I no longer use time frames and my strategy doesn't call for support and resistance anymore, I no longer use this. But to all my traders who are just beginning, you want to get some trades in, you want to know why you're buying, why you're selling. Support and resistance is a very good indicator of what to do. You watch how to see price reacts. Good example there. Price paints two pins, tests it about 4 times. It has to reverse. Comes back, tests it some more times, successfully breaches it, and now it becomes resistance. So it breached support, and now if it goes back and tests it again, it's going to bounce off. And as you see, price is just bouncing in between. So this has been video 4 of the world's best forex series. I hope you guys are having a piptacular day. I'm here on pattern, on pip turn, and pip turf, and pip tars as well. I travel to many pip planets during the day. I'm not just on Earth, so I hope you guys join me soon and be collecting these pips and be getting this money. And as always, have a positive day. This is Davonte Sheard, and this has been video 4 of the world's best forex series. You guys have a good day.